What's up, gente? What's up, Raza? Today, I want to talk about the 14th Amendment and why this matters, especially as it relates to citizenship. This is important because the Supreme Court this week heard a case brought by the Trump administration, and it dealt with the question of who is and who is not a citizen. In short, the white supremacist government that we are under wants to strip people of their citizenship, particularly in indigenous, brown, Spanish speaking people from Latin America and Central America. This is a case that a lot of people have been arguing long before Donald Trump came to power. He tried to do something during his first term, but he couldn't. And now that he's back, he is. And he took it all the way to the Supreme Court. And this is dangerous because the 14th Amendment actually is a good thing. Came to us after the Civil War. The United States was involved in the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln was leading the Union in the North. In the South, you had the Confederate States of America who wanted slavery. After this war was over, they passed several, or I should say, a couple of amendments, particular the 13th Amendment, which banned slavery, supposedly, because if you're in prison, you're a slave. 15th Amendment, which gave people the right to vote, one person, one vote. And then the 14th Amendment, which we're going to talk about today, which gives us some important rights. Number one, it says that the law should be applied equally. But then it also says your life, your liberty, or your property cannot be taken from you by the government without due process. And this is important because, if we get in trouble at school, a lot of us may not know, but things like a principal serve as a judge. And the 14th Amendment says that you must have two things under due process. You must be given a notice of what your crime was or what you did wrong. And two, you must be given a hearing in front of a magistrate, a judge, or in the case of you, if you're in school, the principal, or a commission or a school board, all the way up to a court, a judge in court, right? And then finally, the 14th Amendment, the third part that we're going to be talking about today is citizenship. It specifically has been upheld to say that people who are born in the United States of America within these boundaries, on these lands, within the soil, are citizens. So you could come from another country. Once you're born here, you become a citizen automatically. Ever since the ending of the Civil War and the passage of the 14th Amendment, that has been the case. People have been allowed to be citizens of this country with full rights. But for a long time, especially with the white supremacists today, they've been trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment as it is understood today, get rid of it as it is applied to immigrants and people living in the United States today. And they've been trying to use it to basically get rid of brown and even black people. And yeah, they can get rid of white people too, but they're going after specifically brown and black people, especially immigrants from different countries like Haiti and Cuba and other African nations in Africa. So it's not just us, but the 14th Amendment protects us as of now. Well, the Trump administration took this to the Supreme Court. The Trump administration argued that if you come here to this country, the 14th Amendment does not apply to you because historically, the 14th Amendment was only intended to protect the sons and daughters of black slaves at the time. Unfortunately, the United States of America is a white supremacist country. It was founded on white supremacy. From the get go, black people were not even considered humans. And we, as brown people, were considered savages. Think about it. Yeah, savages. By the way, Charlie Kirk used to refer to us and thought, yeah, that called us savages. So I don't know, we shed a tear for that fool, not once. But I digress. I'm gonna go back to this 14th Amendment because you all have to understand why it matters. They had ruled on a previous case, and this is a case that goes back to the 1898 case involving a Chinese man in San Francisco. It's called United States versus Wong Kim Ark. And in this case, this is a Chinese man who was born in the United States, but his parents were born in China. He argued because they were going to deport him and deny him his citizenship, even though he was born in San Francisco or here in the United States, they were going to deny him his right to be here. But the courts upheld that no, anybody born here within the soil is a citizen. Well, this case is now being brought up and people are pointing to it, saying this is a case of what they're calling us an anchor baby. And I hate that term because it's a derogatory term. It's a racist term, meaning that people just come here, have kids, and anchor themselves to this country. So in this case, it's important because there's other cases that followed, including one called Plyer versus Doe, 1982. And this is important because it dealt with the issue of can undocumented the sons and daughters of undocumented immigrants, can they have, or are they entitled to education, to those rights, especially education? And the court ruled that yes, they are entitled to that. So there's been several cases, and if the Supreme Court who took up this case the other day and heard it, if they rule with Donald Trump and the rest of the white supremacists, they're gonna undo a lot of the stuff that they did before, including allowing kids of undocumented immigrants, kids who are undocumented, from getting a free education or an education here in the United States of America. I bring this to your attention, everybody, because this is so relevant today with everything happening with ICE, with everything happening in the way Donald Trump is talking about invading Colombia, Cuba, Mexico. It doesn't matter. This man is crazy. And I hate to say it, everybody, but this Supreme Court has given him green light to do whatever he pleases, as long as it's for the national security reasons that the president sees fit. He doesn't even have to tell anybody. Then he can do it, they said. He can do it, even kill his own political enemies. And this is important because there is a war going on, and it's been, unleashed on brown people here, undocumented people from Central and South America, and black people who are immigrants from places like Haiti and African countries. So we need to fight back. We need to know our rights. And as of now, this is a right, supposedly, birthright citizenship. This is our right, but it looks like it may be taken from us. And if we don't learn this, if we don't understand what's happening, we might end up going along with something that we shouldn't be, accepting. Because if you have never lived in another country and all of a sudden they're going to pick you up or deport you or tell you you got to, go. Think about that. How are you going to survive in a place you never knew? I was born in Mexico. I haven't been there in a long time, at least not to visit family. I've been there on my way to Cuba. I've been there when I met with Los Panchos and other revolutionary organizations out of Mexico City. But if you were to drop me off on there, I'd have a hard time adjusting. I speak Spanish, right? So I would encourage everybody to learn what's happening. Why is this case important? It's the 14th Amendment, along with due process, along with equal protection under the law. Here we would lose equal protection under the law because according to the way the law has been upheld, our kids and people like myself who became citizens, became naturalized, we would be stripped of our citizenship. According to Donald Trump, we would immediately have to self-deport or be deported. And ICE has already got $50 billion, and they've been funded. Okay, don't let them lie to you. They got $50 billion that they're working with. So, gente, 14th Amendment. It's important as Chicanos, as raza, know our rights and to fight back. Don't just sit back and take it. So keep going out there to the streets, keep organizing if you can. But also, if you can't do that, because I know a lot of us can't. I know the No King's Day rallies just took place, and the truth is, it is funded by billionaires who support the Democratic Party, and some of those same billionaires support those same wars and some of the same genocides that took place in Gaza, for example. So we can't fall victim to being used. A lot of the Democrats have used this temporarily while they do their thing, and then we wonder what happened. I thought we're going forward. I thought we're making progress, right? And that's why we need to organize, stay educated. And this is one place where education really matters. One thing, it's a basic right called the 14th Amendment. It's in the Constitution. It's critical. Do not be fooled by anybody. We need to know this, and we need to advocate to maintain it. And it's going to take more than just marching. It's actually going to take some voting. We're not going to vote our way out of this. We're going to have to fight, and I'm talking about fighting. Yes, we're going to have to fight on the streets, take on some of these Proud Boys now running around in ICE outfits. If you don't know who they are, they don't identify themselves. They have their face masked up, and we have all these incidents of a real incidents of people faking to be ICE agents. What do? We just let them abuse us, do what they want? The answer is no. Whether it's ICE or a cop or anybody else, if they come to your house and they come masked up, they don't identify themselves, if they threaten your family, we have the right to fight back. And we will need to fight back by any means necessary. So the 14th Amendment, it's important. Don't let it slide. The Supreme Court is made up of racists and right wingers. Don't let that pass. The current administration, Donald Trump, is hoping to continue this war and start others, or in order to declare a national emergency, so he does not have to leave and he can stay and let his minions take over. Don't let that happen. Stay up, stay educated, stay informed, and stay organized. More important than anything, stay organized, because this is a war.